Hey guys, it is Bill back in the blank void that is the garage at the moment, and today we are talking about the Chute deflector made by a company, Advanced Chute System, that I have here on the zero turn. So I referenced this in a couple other videos, but I did promise you guys that I would do an in-depth look at the Advanced Chute System and let you know what my thoughts are. So first things first, what is it? Why do I want it? Okay, well, hopefully this product is somewhat straightforward. You can tell by its operation. Typically when you run your mower, you're gonna just leave this puppy up. Here, Ben, do you think you can move out of the way? Thank you. You're gonna leave this puppy up and it's gonna shoot grass clippings in a side discharge just like the mower is designed to do. Pretty cool, everything works great. Occasionally you are mowing and you've got a sidewalk here on your right-hand side. You've got a flower bed, you've got something else that you don't want to spit grass clippings on. You can always turn around and go the other direction, so you shoot grass clippings the opposite side. Couple problems with that. Sometimes there's just things that you don't want to shoot grass clippings on both sides. And then other times that just takes a lot of extra time to run in only a specific direction as you mow. So the real hook behind something like this is that it's an efficiency tool that allows you to close the chute really temporarily, so that you can go and not worry about spitting grass clippings in any direction. And then once you're out of that hot zone, you pull it back up and you continue to eject as normal. Quick disclaimer here, this morning I went out and mowed because I couldn't sleep. And then it started to rain, so I have no t-shirt on and I'm doing my video a little late. But hopefully you guys don't mind too much. Okay, so this thing, right? Let me zoom in for you. And then we'll talk a little bit about the overall assessment of the product. I'm gonna swing behind here. Sorry guys, this is just, sure is dirty here. You can see it's attached primarily with 2 bolts. There's a third in the back here. Let me see what I can give you here. Back here. Pretty straightforward. It's got this big beefy spring here, right here, that is going to kind of create that motion, that latching motion, right? Pretty nice. Just makes it a whole heck of a lot easier to get up and down with that spring. You've got this handle here as well that will, sorry guys, that you got this handle here that will allow you, gives you that leverage to bring it up and down. Okay. Couple things about it, at least on this particular model. This thing is awesome. This is a solid steel plate. It's got these holes in it so it doesn't choke off the motor when you close it, but it still allows for a little bit of spitting. In my experience, the grass clippings kind of spit straight back, right? And then when you open it, you do get a little bit of a burst of anything still stuck in there. Works great. That's exactly how I would want it to function. The installation on this was a beast. It was definitely not fun. Again, the expectation here is that you're drilling through the motor. If it has, the mower deck. So if it has existing holes, you can leverage them to put this thing on. But for the most part, in order to get it fitted properly, the expectation is that it's kind of a choose your own adventure, and you're gonna be drilling through your mower deck. And that's never a ton of fun. You can see that it comes with a lot of different hardware. There's spacers, there's things you can do to kind of get it just so. You don't want it too low where it's scraping the ground down here, but you also don't want it too high where it continues to spit out when you have it closed. So it's a little bit of a balancing act, and I definitely did it, then redid it, and feel like I have it down now. So the installation is non-trivial, but well worth it. I mean, once you have it down, you have it for the life of the mower, and you can even take this thing off and reuse it with subsequent mowers. I'm reasonably certain that the commercial mower that had this before me had something similar on, because the canvas heavy rubber chute deflector that comes with it was not on it, and there were additional holes drilled. So I'm pretty sure they had something like this, they took it off, and then they turned it into the dealer, and I was the recipient of the used mower afterwards. Okay, so installation, definitely difficult. I think for me it was a little over an hour, so it's up to you again. Maybe some folks are really quick, got all the right equipment, everything just rolls for you. But for me, it took a little bit of time just to think through it, read the instructions, and figure out how I wanted to behave. I feel like this is really negative. I think this thing is dope. I really like it. But I'm hitting all the negative things here. So be it. The only other thing I really don't love about it is just how short the handle is. So I'm trying to split the difference here on the camera, but right, like you're mowing, you're doing your thing. You want to close the chute deflector. See how short this handle is? Boom. You gotta really lean over to get that leverage to close it. And it's just not convenient. So it's not something you're flipping on and off, on and off, on and off. It's really like, do I wanna go back? All right, let me close it. So it becomes a little bit of a burden. I believe they have a longer handle that you can order. And I definitely would recommend that, especially if you have a standing ZTR. I know some of the sitting ones, it ends up being pretty darn close, so that's nice. But yeah, for me especially, I mean, this handle's almost unusable. It just ends up being pretty tough. The other thing too is sometimes it'll just be a little tough to get going. Nothing crazy. You see that right there? Takes a little bit, and I probably just need to throw some WD-40 on that and get it moving. It's really low maintenance. Haven't had any trouble with the spring. It's galvanized. It's rust-proof. Everything's nice. Once you get it really secure on there, it's stuck on there. It's great. I have shattered basement windows by running over rocks that the kids like to just throw and hide in the lawn. So for me, this is not only nice to have, it's almost essential. That just happens with some level of regularity that I find rocks the kids grab out of the bed and turn into a game or whatever. Obviously I tell them not to, but it happens. And I really like this thing. So it is, I want to say it was a little pricey on Amazon, but in this case I feel good about that. This isn't just a rubber flap or some sort of like composite material. This is real heavy duty steel. It's got a really nice spring. It feels like a high quality commercial product, and I think the price reflects that. Well worth it, I will say, like, especially on a sit down, this would be absolute butter. On a stand up, I think once I can get the handle fixed, and maybe I'll just do something cheesy in my garage to get it longer, maybe I'll see if I can find the one that they actually sell. But once I can get the handle fixed, it's a really nice to have. And it's just something that regardless of how big your property is, almost everyone has this problem of, hey, sometimes I don't want to spit right on the driveway. Sometimes I don't want to spit on the sidewalk. And so I end up, you develop little workarounds, right? Like you go down here and then you always come up this way. And this just opens up the possibility to do it in the most efficient way possible, not in the way that prevents, where you have to think constantly about your clippings. I would say that you could probably run this 24/7 with the chute closed. It says right on it, don't do it. You probably could just keep this closed all the time. You would just get clumping, especially on like a wet day or with high grass. I think eventually you could bog down the motor and you would just get clumping, so I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, for sort of that on-off, let's open, close, and you can run it for a while. You can run it for 5 minutes with it closed and not a big problem. You just might have more clumping. So cool product, advanced chute system. There are a couple other competitors. I think with the advanced chute system, they basically make like 2 models, and almost all mowers fit within one of those 2 models. So I went with that. I saw a bunch of commercial guys had the advanced chute system too, which is why I bought it, and I've been really, really happy with it. So check it out if you're interested in leveling up your mower. It's a great like Christmas present, birthday present. You can ask your family for it too. It kind of hits that like price point where it's not insane. You're not asking for a whole new device, but it is a cool upgrade to what you already have. So thanks guys, I appreciate you bearing with me. I promise I will wear a shirt tomorrow and I'll see you around. Thanks.